How much are you making in America compared to UK? And was it really worth it to leave UK for America?
You can, people are doing it. So you just need to push yourself. That
Like this year alone, they've had 27 school shootings since the beginning of the year.
my story is different from your story.
The UK money has got magic. It just disappears. What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, the channel where we keep things real. And today we are going to be talking about the reality of moving from UK to America. I've got Linda in the house, and I'm sure some of you know her because she has featured in my channel. And Linda suddenly left us and went to America. So I had to call and say, Linda, how can you go to America without telling me? And why are you leaving me behind? So in today's video, she's going to be telling us why she left me to go to America, why she left UK to go to America, and how everything has been like for her in America. So Linda, may you please tell us briefly about yourself before we dive right into it?
Hi everyone, my name is Linda Eze. Thank you so much, Pauline, for inviting me. I really appreciate that. So my name is Linda Eze. I'm a registered nurse and I trained in Nigeria, and then I worked in the UK for almost 4 years, and I recently moved to the United States. So I currently work in the US.
So Linda, you decided to Japan, to USA before you even get your indefinite leave to remain.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'll be really honest with you. It was actually a huge dilemma for us when we decided to move to the US, especially because we've stayed almost 4 years in the UK. So everybody was like, why is it that you want to leave now? You don't want to stay up to 5 years so that you get your ILR and everything. But when we just checked everything and we have seen that we have gone far in the US process, we just decided to go because we noticed that for you to get the ILR in the UK, you still have to pay a lot for it, because for a family of 4, for like mine, a family of 4, you have to really pay. Like the budget you are having for it is that almost like £10,000 for you to pay and get that ILR. And for you to also maintain the ILR, you need to also have to go back to the UK. I think every 2 years or something like that. You have to like go back to the UK for briefly just to maintain that status, and then before you get your citizenship. So considering that I have kids, considering that I'll be working in the US, I was not really seeing myself going back to the UK like in any short time just to maintain that ILR. And again, I noticed that that amount of money, if I use it to move to the US, maybe I can easily start, maybe buy a house with that money, and then we can set ourselves up for the US in a very short amount of time. And again, if you go to the US, you get immediately we got to the US, we got our permanent residency and our green card immediately. So wow. If I should add like that 2 years, let's say approximately 2 to 3 years or 4 years that it will take us to get citizenship in the UK, we will have like maybe a year or 2 to get citizenship in the US. So we just did that plus and balances and decided to just go for what works for us. So, but it's for us, maybe it will not be exactly the same for some people as well, because I do know that people still stay 5 years before they decide to move to the US. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So guys, for some of you who don't know what ILR is, it's indefinite leave to remain. So when you come here to UK, you have to work for at least 5 years or live in UK for at least 5 years before they grant you an indefinite leave to remain, of which it is making me sweat because I'm almost there and I am expected to fork out. Linda said 10,000. If you say £10,000, you wouldn't be looking for a priority. And if you don't apply for a priority, it will take you something like 8 months before you get your indefinite leave to remain. If you apply for priority, each family member pays £3,200. So in the case of Linda, if she was to stay here with her family, she'd be expected to fork out well over £12,000. And believe me, even to keep £2,000, £3,000 here in UK is very difficult. For you to save £3,000 is very difficult. So Linda, are you saying that the issue of ILR is the one which prompted you to leave the UK? Or before you came here to UK, you wanted to use UK as a stepping stone, or you decided to go to America when you're here in UK? How did you decide, now I want to go to America?
Okay, so yes, definitely. Like for many people, when you want to move from your country to another country, you check so many countries. So you want to just go to the best one. So I did check the US when I was still in Nigeria. So, but I didn't find any agency. Like so many of the agencies, they were saying that I need to work somewhere that has a number of beds in their hospital and all that. Usually, in my case in Nigeria, if you work in teaching hospital, that's when you have to qualify for that. So if you are working in any private hospital, most times you may not be able to qualify to use any agency. So that was my case. So, and then I decided to move to UK. So when I was planning to go to the UK, I usually talk about this in my channel. People were always saying, "Oh, UK is not the best place to go because the taxes is very high. They don't really pay them so well." So then usually my answer would be like that: if I go to the UK and I don't like it, I will definitely have to write my NCLEX and then I go to the US. So when I got to the UK, like I mentioned in my channel, my first few months, it was really, really very challenging for me in the beginning. So I made the decision to write NCLEX in the UK very quickly. So in my first 6 months, I started getting ready immediately, almost immediately. And then when I wrote the NCLEX and passed, I just continued with that process. So I think the major thing is that when I got to the UK, I started the process quickly. So it just made me to keep looking to move out from the UK. Yeah.
All right. In UK, would you say you're not happy? What were you not happy about in UK? Because you're saying the first few months you're not happy. Were you not happy about the environment? Were you not happy about the salary? Were you not happy about the people here? Were you not happy about the weather? What is it that you did not really like here in UK?
So, like I mentioned, when I got to the UK, I used an agency, which is normal. I used an agency to move to the UK, and then that agency, immediately I got to the UK, just like so many people experience, they stopped calling, like almost immediately I got to the hospital. So those first few days they stopped calling, I couldn't reach them, and then again it was as if they just handed me over to the hospital. And the hospital is big, definitely. When they finish their work, they go home. You don't want to like contact anybody for some issues like, oh, I'm looking for accommodation, is very hard, or I'm doing this, or I want to bring my family, how do I do that? So I felt very almost alone. And then the OSCE, we prepared for OSCE. In fact, the challenging thing about just settling in the world, and then because of the huge shortage of staff in the UK, the ward I was working was a very busy one. Even before you get your feet on the ground, they are even making you to be in charge. In fact, so it was just, the stress was just too much. So I said, oh my God. So I said, oh my God, when am I going to continue working like this as a nurse? I started looking for options. I started researching. But I just told myself, even if you want to save anything, I mean, like if you want to make money and go to school or something like that, it's very hard. But it was actually my problem because it was just that first few months in the beginning when I don't really know how the UK works, and I was just trying to know how my future will look like. So when I look at the salary, I'll be like, my goodness, will I be able to still go to school with this? And then even when I got the admission in that first few months as well, because it was one of my top priorities to go back to school in the UK. So when I got admission and saw how much I'm supposed to pay for that admission, I looked at my salary. Even then, I even tried to work so many shifts. And then when I finish working so many shifts, like extra shifts, I get paid well. And then the next month, when I receive my salary for the next month, it will go so down because the taxes will go up. So at the end of the day, even the extra shifts were not really making so much sense for me because I did not really understand how to balance things, how to choose my shifts and everything. Like I said, it's because of my first 6 months. So that was when I made that decision quickly. Oh no, I'm not able to go to school here. Oh, I'm not able to make money, just like people said. And then I just wrote my NCLEX. So, but at the end of the day, it got better. So I made that decision quickly. Like I always talk about in my channel, it does get better in the UK. You just need to understand how to arrange your shifts. You need to understand that you can still, get another job, move from that place. If you feel that you are stressed, you can still move to another place. But it took me time. But then I already made that decision. So yeah.
All right. So for those of you who do not know, if you work in the NHS UK, you're working for the NHS, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so if you work in NHS UK, if you start off as a Band 5 nurse, you expect to get a salary of between 1,600 and 1,700 pounds in the first few months. Am I right, Linda?
Yeah, you're right. But I was working in London, so I was getting more than that actually.
Oh, you're getting more than
At
that?
some point, yes.
So how much were you getting?
So maybe on the average, it will always be in the beginning. I was getting just little, like 1,800 to 1,900 as a take home. But when I continued staying, it went over 2,000.
It
So
went
yeah.
2,000. So initially you started at 1,800 and then you moved
Yeah,
to 1,900 up to
like
2,000
that.
about.
Yes.
Okay. So the salary that you get when you work in the NHS, let's say it's around 2,000 pounds per month. And in my opinion, the UK money has got magic. It just disappears because the rentals are very expensive depending on where you live. The tax will chow your money, and these days it's even worse because things have gone up. Fuel is expensive, food is expensive, and all that. Overall, now I'm not complaining about UK. I'm just saying the salary has got magic. So I wonder if the American salary also has got magic. How much are you making in America compared to UK? And was it really worth it to leave UK for America salary wise?
Okay, so just for us to just put things in perspective, in the UK, even though that money is like a take home, and like I mentioned, if you are able to understand the system, know how to arrange your shifts, know how to pick extra shifts so that it will not affect your take home every month, then you'll be able to know how to know how to save, know how to make more money and all of that in the UK. So, and then like she mentioned, there are a lot of things that you have to pay for, a lot of things that will just make the money to disappear. It's the same, in my opinion, it's the same in the US. The only thing I would say, the only difference I would say now is that my first few months now in the US is a lot better. Maybe this is going to be unique to me, so I will not be speaking to people that will move from Nigeria, straight from Nigeria to the US, because I have stayed in the UK, so it will be easy for me to understand and adapt. So the stressors will definitely be a lot less. So it will be easy for me to start working and I understand what is going on, unlike when I was in the UK. So I will not say that aspect of being stressed and everything is not in the US, but definitely for me it really, really went down. And again, because I used an agency for US, they continue to support you. It's almost like it's compulsory for them to call you every week to know what's going on. Even if you say your spouse is looking for a job, they will suggest something. Definitely they'll make sure you have a car, they'll make sure you are living in a good house, they'll make sure you have properties, so you can always fall back on them, ask them questions. So it makes the whole stress to be very, very reduced. And then for the salary, again, like someone already asked me, someone that passed NCLEX and wants to come here, whether it's the same. The salary is for most people that work in the US, and it's not direct hire. So I'll speak for me because I work with an agency. So I work with an agency. You expect that I am paid a lot less than people that work in the US. And even though I work with an agency, I would say that the salary is still at the level of band 7 or band 8 in the UK, even though I'm still starting, and it's expected I'll be earning a lot less now because maybe I've not started doing anything extra. And then I also want to say that in the UK, your permanent job, you have to work 3 to 4 days in a week to make that that's for people that work with NHS, that is 7.5. For here, their full time is 36, so it's 3 days in a week. So at the end, the salary is still more. So, yeah.
Linda, people who are in Nigeria and in Ghana and in Zimbabwe they don't know what a band 7 NHS nurse gets. Tell us the figures, please.
Okay, so for people that work with agencies, most agencies today, because of the increasing gas and everything in the US and all that, most of them will offer people $30 per hour and more. So, but when you are when I was in the UK and I was calculating that, I said, oh, this is the same with UK and with agency. Why am I still going there? And then you have to be paying for things as well. They have a lot of expenses in the US as well. They have a lot of things you have to pay for the rent and all that, even though you still get a bigger house, for the same amount in the UK and all that. You have like a bigger house and all that. But then they also have a lot of things I have to pay for. They don't pay council rent here, but you have to pay for rent, you have to pay for insurance, you have to pay for so many things. But at the end of the day, the take home is still more. Pauline, you help me out with this. I think for band 7, they earn on the average maybe 40,000 or just maybe approximately 40,000 pounds in the UK. A little less or a little more. That is before tax. So, and I would say that our entry level, even with an agency in the US, we earn above that. So in the US, they usually pay on every 2 weeks. So I would say that every salary you get every 2 weeks will be like almost the same with maybe what an entry level is getting. So it's going to be entry level. The entry level we talked about here is like 1718 in NHS, right? So that is what somebody with an agency that wasn't offered a good pay in the US will get every 2 weeks. So when you double that, because for me that I'm still new, you notice I always convert back to pounds just to compare. Like if you move to US if you move from Nigeria to UK, you notice I always convert back to Naira and all of that. So it's almost the same with me now. Like everything I convert back to checks. So that is what like people get in 2 weeks. That is people that wasn't really offered well by their agency will be getting that every 2 weeks. So, and I would say that is after they have already taken out the health insurance that people are so worried about. So that your take home that they give you every 2 weeks, when you double it, is going to be like around that band 7 position in the UK or even more. So yeah, that is my experience, like 3 months experience for now.
I understand. So Linda, so far, would you say America is a safe and secure place for you to take your kids there and raise your kids there? Because when we look at the United States, like this year alone, they've had 27 school shootings since the beginning of the year. And since 2018, they've had 119 school shootings. People just going to the schools to start shooting people. And I haven't even included the crimes, because you hear that people are being shot, there are thefts, drugs, and all those things. So far, in the past few months that you've been staying there, can you really say America is a safe and secure place for you to raise your kids, or what?
Yeah, so that is a very big worry for so many people, because when you actually see these things in the news, so for me, I think it's bigger when you see it in the news than it actually is. When I was moving to the UK, one thing that one of my friends said is that, do you know there is stabbing, they always stab people in the UK and all that. But when I got to the UK, I actually felt it was a very, very safe place than what people were saying. That you have to be careful when you are in the tube and all of that, that they can stab you and all of that. So I think for me, it's still that same feeling we are having now. And it's when we watch television, we start hearing that there was shooting there. And remember that US is actually a very, very big place. Just like you do when you are moving to the UK, you search the neighborhood to make sure that the crime rate is low and all of that. It's the same in the US. When you want to move to the US, you try to search and make sure that you are moving to a community that the crime index is very, very low, so that you at least you have done your part. And it's actually gonna protect, even though to be honest, when you look at the two, it's better to, maybe it's safer to have the knife crime than the gun crime, because for the knife it cannot be like a mass, like people will not be affected in mass. But if it is for shooting, then it's easy to kill a lot of people when it is about the shoot. So I cannot really talk about the crime rate. All I can say is that any community you are moving in, you try to really make sure that community is safe. We also had like experience, even though UK, we felt very, very safe there, and we were sometimes when we are not very careful with our things, people, they still take our things. So when you think that this place is really safe, I can leave my things anywhere, and then people will take it. And then sometimes they get a snapshot of people that are loitering, and they say we should be very careful, even though we felt that safe. So it's the same in the UK. I think the biggest worry is because it is about the gun, not about the knife this time around. But if you research where you're living, you feel safe, and people will make you really feel safe, because it's easy for you to see people to talk to. It's easy for you to report things, and they actually look out for people here. It's not like you don't feel isolated, like In the UK, I remember it's difficult. Like the first day we moved to a particular house in the UK, that was still my very first experience. Even when we continue staying, we knocked at our neighbor to ask them, oh, how is the electricity? Because it was really very cold. We couldn't stay. How is the electricity done here? And the first thing that he said was, you actually woke me up from my sleep before you now answer me. So, but here, we've not had that experience. Here, people can report you if they feel that there is something going on there. They can easily like report. They look out for what is happening in their environment very easily. Like people don't ignore things. So for me, that is a very big safety thing. Like if you believe that if you are in trouble, someone is going to report it, someone around is going to report. So I feel that they are very, very safety conscious as well, maybe because of they feel and here. So I think it all depends generally, yes.
So basically, you just have to choose a state wisely. If you are going to US, you have to assess the area and everything. Which state are you living in?
Okay, so we are in Texas.
Oh, in Texas. Oh, that's good. That's a lovely state. So you use an agency to go to America. Did you use Accreditor?
Oh no, I didn't use. I did apply to OGP, that's the Accreditor, and I applied to the agency I'm currently using, but the agency I'm currently using responded faster, so I just used them.
Yeah. I'm just asking because everyone seems to be using Accreditor. So is it really worth it to use an agency in your opinion, or you should just apply on your own and go to America? Because I heard that agencies, they rip you of your hard-earned cash when you're working with them.
So what I would say on this is that you have to, any agency, if you decide to go with direct hire or if you decide to go with an agency, just make sure that any of the ones you're using, you have actually seen people that traveled with that agency. Like try to make sure you make a form of connection with people that have already moved with that agency or with that direct hire company. Obviously, direct hire will pay you more than agency pays. And some direct hire agencies are also beginning to offer some of the services that agencies they offer, like helping you to settle and all of that. So for me, generally, just make sure that any of them will be good for you. Only if you research, because I would say that so many agencies that are recruiting to the US, they have like for OGP that you mentioned, they have like years, more than 20 years, I think, more than years of experience recruiting internationally. So they will obviously have more experience. And so many direct hire companies are new, but being new doesn't mean that they are not good as well. They are good, but just make sure you research. For OGP, you can easily find people that they have helped. But for direct hire agents, you have to research and really ask questions, but they are good as well. I'm beginning to see a lot of them that are new and they are really very good. In my own case, I did research where I didn't see anybody that moved with. I did see direct hire agencies, but I didn't see people that are with them that I can really, really connect and ask what their experience was like. So I just decided to move with an agency for the convenience and just to be safe. So yeah, that was the major reason, just to be safe. That's why I used the agency.
All right. So what would you say to someone who is debating, someone who is out there, maybe in Nigeria, in Zimbabwe, in Kenya, Namibia, wherever, they are debating whether to go to UK or to go to America? Are pastures greener in America than in UK? Would you encourage them to come to UK first and use it as a stepping stone to go to America? Or would you encourage them to process wherever they are and go straight to America?
Okay, so for me, I would say it depends. When you go to another country before going to the US, it obviously makes everything easier for you. So if in that country that you are, if it is maybe Canada or any other country that you are from, or Middle East, or from Philippines, or from UK, it's obviously easier because you don't have to travel for your NCLEX. Like for me, I just decided and I woke up that morning, I went and wrote my NCLEX. Other people from Nigeria, they have to like go to the UK, get visa and go to the UK to write their NCLEX, or Philippines, or I think India, South Africa. So if you're already in the UK, it's easy for you. So if you decide to write NCLEX, it's easy for you to just go there and write your NCLEX. So you don't have to travel. So for me, I would say it's a lot easier to move from the UK, because if there is anything that you have to fund, immigration or anything, you can do that if you're in the UK easily. So, but people still move from their home countries. The only thing I'll say is that the US process is longer, a lot longer than the UK process. So what I've seen people do is that they start the process instead of waiting that long in their home country, they'll decide to go and get experience in another country. And then while they are there, once their US process is over, then they can go to the US. So it just depends on you and what you want. You can go through the easier way. I think for me, the easier way was to go to the UK, because nobody will now say they don't have the experience based on where you're working. Immediately, if you're in the UK, definitely you'll be qualified to go to the US. But if you're in your home country, some agencies might be like, you are not qualified, you don't have this or that. So, but it's easier for anybody, whether it's direct hire or agency, to take you if you're already in the UK or you are in the Middle East. Those two places.
All right, I get it. Do you have any regrets about moving to America, or you're happy?
No. I can say that we are really, really excited that we are here, surprisingly, because before we left, I remember I was already relaxing in the UK, and I kept telling myself, are you sure we are really doing this? And then a lot of people are saying, why not stay till 5 years? Why? So it was really, really a big decision for us. And we are happy. For now, we are happy. We are really happy that we moved here, because it's as if, like, if you move to the US, it's as if like there's a big upgrade in everything. So that alone makes you happy. You just want to or for some reason, if you're someone that wants to move on in your career, you see people doing it. So you have that, see the motivation around you. Not that it's not the same in the UK, but in the UK, you have to make that decision to go for things. Like Pauline is working somewhere that is very good. She has to make that decision to go and apply and then, get that job. So if you are somebody that needs a little push, I think US has that, because you see the HCS they are getting their BSN and they're happy. They're asking you questions as if they are nurses as well. They are getting involved. So it's like a very motivating environment to work in. So for me, everybody is different. I keep saying, for me, it's like I'm really excited, because that's the kind of environment I do really want. And it's similar to what we have. Like, if you work hard, you are seeing it. You are seeing the effect of what you're doing. So yeah, I just like it so far.
All right. In your opinion, is it okay to come and stay in UK permanently, or people should come to UK and then move to America? Or I'm just asking, or you can still make it when you're here in UK?
Yes, definitely.
I've seen people when we come and say, oh, the NHS salary is very little and all that.
Yeah.
Once you get your ILR, we are crying about ILR, but once you get your ILR and you, for example, do agency full time, you can make a whole lot of money.
Exactly.
A whole lot of money. You see, you can earn up to 6,000, 8,000 pounds per month if you are doing agency full time. So we can basically say the grass is green both in UK and in America, right?
Yes, I would say definitely. That was one of the dilemmas I was having before I left the UK, because I was already seeing my colleagues agencies that when they come and some of them they earn up to 6,000, 8,000,
yes, some of them
40 something pounds per hour, and I'm like, I'm almost there. So why just move? It's the same thing. You have a lot of autonomy and all of that when you're working only with agencies, and they have a way of doing, saving and all that. So in the UK, you can still make it in the UK. It might take a little bit of time for you to understand how it works, the best agency to work with, and all of that. But in the UK, you can definitely still make it in the UK. So it depends on you, on what you really want. So what I really always try to make people understand is that my story is different from your story. And even when I started my US process, I started it quickly before I started studying the system, before I even started my YouTube channel, because I now noticed that there are a lot of opportunities, and I try to use my YouTube channel to just tell people of other opportunities. You can still make it in the UK. UK is still a good place to work and all of that. You just need to understand how it works. I keep seeing people that are doing, if you're not in an environment that you like, you can still create the kind of environment you want to work in the UK. You can take courses and go for another position. You can, people are doing it. So you just need to push yourself. That's the only thing is that in the UK, you just have to understand how it works and then push yourself. But you can definitely make it if you're in the UK. It's the
Yeah.
same in the US as well. They have a lot of opportunities, no doubt. Sometimes I even say it's not good to even to start comparing, because it's very obvious. Like, it's not good to start comparing the money, the salary in the US, because it's very obvious. You don't have to like compare which one is bigger. In the
Mhm.
UK, you can, over time, you can make a lot of money in the UK.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you do you and you do what makes you happy, isn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
Yeah. So, Linda, thank you so much for coming to my channel. I
Mm.
really appreciate it, and I'm sure my audience also really appreciates it, because there are people who are really still caught in between whether to go to America, whether to go to UK. I say you go wherever you feel your
Yeah,
heart wants to take you.
comfortable.
If your heart is
Yeah.
in UK, come to UK. If your heart is in America, go to America. If your heart wants to come to UK, you can come to UK, use it as a stepping stone, and go to America. What I can tell you is that the grass is always greener on the other side. It's greener
Yeah,
in
exactly.
UK, it's greener in America. So the grass is green everywhere. Right?
Mhm.
So, Linda, thank you so much for coming to my channel.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pauline. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Just cut that out, please.
I will try. I'm not promising, but I will try.
Oh no, please cut that out.
That's good. If you're happy, I am happy. Me, I'm always debating. No, me, I'm now old, Linda. I
Who
always
said? Who said? I supposed to start this one. I think I even talked too much. I forgot. I forgot what I was supposed to say.
please. Tomorrow or on Friday, I'm going to do a video about the review of Yoni Pearls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and tell people how they tightened my vagina there.
Yeah.
Probably the environment.
No,
And it's not
no,
working.
no, no, no. No, please don't say that. Like,
Start afresh. So, Linda.
okay. Mm.
All right.